UCF does have a new athletic director, and his name is Danny White. When I first heard this, I thought maybe this was my first favorite quarterback from the Dallas Cowboys, Danny White, but
no.
a different Danny White. Tell us a little bit about this guy, the former Buffalo AD.
Right, so Danny White was introduced today as the new AD at UCF. John Hitt, president of the university, had the press conference there. He is a young guy. He's 35. He comes from the University at Buffalo in the State University of New York system. Second youngest AD in the nation. He has 4 children. He mentioned how excited they were to be told they were moving to Disney World. They were up all night bouncing
Florida
off the
versus
balls.
Buffalo.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Right? I think it's a good trade-off there. Exactly. So some notable things out of the press conference so far. Very high-energy guy. It's funny, during the press conference, Dr. Hitt had 2 Cokes. And I think, but Danny White's on caffeine level 12 or something. Yeah. Mentioned a lot about focusing on finances, creating an entrepreneurial spirit at UCF, increasing donations. So he's definitely focused on the money aspect of it, but he also talked about how the student athletes are going to be the focus of what they do at UCF. They want to make sure all those athletes get rings on their championship rings on their fingers. The other kind of big news to come out of the press conference was what's going on with the football coach search to replace George O'Leary.
Clearly, that seems to be item number 1.
Exactly. And so Danny White said that tomorrow he's flying to Atlanta to meet with the search consulting firm UCF has hired. John Hitt said UCF will have a football coach in place before January. Danny White kind of said, well, yeah, maybe, but we don't want to rush this. So I don't know where that puts it, but we know it's a high priority for
Roger,
UCF to get a coach in place.
But you don't want to make the announcement of a football coach before your bowl game, right?
I don't think UCF has to worry about that this year.
Is it too soon? Is it too soon for that? I'm sorry. I take it all back. I shouldn't have said that.
But there might be, some of the candidates they're looking for, their teams might be involved in bowl games, and then that would create a situation they have to figure out what to do there. But obviously, the 2 huge holes to fill in the UCF athletic department, the AD and the football coach. They filled the first one. Now they're moving on to the second one.
Just quickly, his dad and his brother also very involved in
athletics. And definitely. His father is the athletic director at Duke. He has one brother who is the basketball coach for the Florida Gators, Mike White. Another brother who is an assistant AD at Mizzou, Missouri. And it's kind of funny. UCF put out a press release yesterday after we reported he was being hired. UCF put out a press release announcing his hiring. Later, they updated that press release without any fanfare with a comment from the Big 12 commissioner. And I don't know if this is part of that. They just wanted the Big 12 to know that UCF has a new AD, because that's UCF's ultimate goal right now, is to get into a Power 5 conference. And it will be Danny White's job to try and get them into one, and the Big 12 is probably the most likely spot.
Wow.
A couple of things I think clearly that he'll be measured by is the football hire and maybe the potential to get into one of those Power 5 conferences.
Hey, Roger, you said he's what, the second youngest? Maybe I missed it. How old did you say he is?
35.
Wow. He's a young guy.
And he mentioned his father and John Hitt have ties going back to the University of Maine, where Hitt was president there, and his father, that was his first AD job. And we've written a lot about all these family connections and everything. And he mentioned today that he does remember John Hitt when he was a little boy, but the first time he shook his hand was when he walked on campus today.
Wow. It's a pretty good story there. All right.